This game recap is brought to you by Manscaped's Foot Duster Foot Deodorant. Say goodbye to stinky foot funk with this essential deodorant spray. Head over to manscaped.com and use the promo code SACCITY for 20% off and free worldwide shipping. The Foot Duster Foot Deodorant by Manscaped. The best protection any place below the waist.
Jameis Winston alone in the fourth quarter had 213 yards, 2 touchdowns, and throughout the first 3 quarters, he only had 56 total yards. So that was the tale of two different types of quarters from the New Orleans Saints. But they did end up pulling out the victory over the Atlanta Falcons, 27-26. This is a team that we thought the Saints would be a very tough team, very good team this season. We had high expectations for them, but they barely squeak out a win against the Atlanta Falcons. Is there any room? Is there concern with the New Orleans Saints after this performance?
I do have some concern, and I will probably have concern with all the teams that didn't look like the way I expected them to. Some are more major than others. My biggest concern with the Saints, Alvin Kamara had 9 carries. That's it. 9 carries for 39 yards, and he only had 4 early. Even Mark Ingram, only 4 carries, 22 yards. I know they didn't have the ball a ton in the first half. Atlanta was moving the ball down the field. The Saints really couldn't stop them defensively. I thought that was a little weird. But I do not understand not getting Alvin Kamara the ball. I've said it before. That's your best player on offense. Michael Thomas, cool. He had a good last quarter. Be honest, he did not play well the remainder of the game. They started to go to him in the fourth quarter. I thought he played well in the fourth quarter. But if they don't find a way to get Alvin Kamara the ball in space, handing it off to him, the Saints are going to be in trouble. And I always say a win is a win in the NFL. So great win by the Saints on the road against a division opponent. Those games are not easy. And Atlanta is a bad team and found a way to be bad at the end. But the Saints have to be concerned with that running game. They have to find a way to get their playmakers the ball. And Alvin Kamara touching the ball a total of, 12 times is not enough.
Yeah. It isn't, and it's not enough for my fantasy team as well. So please give Alvin Kamara the ball. The player of the game, though, I am giving this one up to Michael Thomas. I know you said he didn't have that great of a second half, but the return of Michael Thomas, there's no other player I know Jarvis Landry even had a better game than Michael Thomas statistically in terms of yards, but 2 end zone, two touchdowns for Michael Thomas, 5 receptions, 57 yards in his return back to the field. He is my player of the game. And Aaron, I don't know if you want to give this or not, but I hope to see an apology one of these days for Michael Thomas. And
no, I'm not apologizing to Michael Thomas today. It's not the day to be apologized to because great, the 2 touchdowns. He was fortunate to get him 2 red zone targets. He did exactly what I said he would do, though, right? Yesterday, you asked me his numbers. I said 6 for 60, and I said no touchdowns. And he got touchdowns, right? That's the difference in his stat line is right there. I'm not opposed to going to him in the red zone. He's a big body target. I don't know what Atlanta was doing. I know they love A.J. Terrell, but he got A.J. Terrell twice, and he's just too big for him. So I don't actually disagree with the player of the game. I thought he made the plays when it mattered, and you know how I feel about it. I don't care if you're quiet all game. You come up big in big moments, that's what it means to be a big-time player. Michael Thomas has proven that. I'm not going to apologize because my biggest thing with Michael Thomas is he going to stay on the field, and is he going to recreate what he was? At this point, 5 for 57 is not overly impressive to me. So, but great game, great way to bring his team to a win. I could have leaned Jameis Winston there with that big second half. I thought he played really well in the second half. Taysom Hill could have got a player of the game with his big run, but that was early in the game. But I do want to say this about this game before we get into the play of the game. Shout out to Atlanta for being a 2-15 team that I predicted them to be coming out week 1 and being ready to play. And Marcus Mariota played really well. He played really well to me for being a quarterback that I didn't think is very good. He used his legs. He had his team galvanized, and
he had 280. He had roughly 280 yards total in terms of rushing and passing, and he wasn't making he wasn't making mistakes. And I feel like that's what you're going to get with Marcus Mariota. He had no turnovers. He had 2 fumbles, one lost and 1 recovered.
When you don't throw picks and you don't have sudden change, that's what you can do. You can keep yourself in games if you're not turning the football over. So
yeah.
At the end of the day, I just thought he played well. Kyle Pitts is going to have to get more involved. I know he had 7 targets, but they didn't connect. They need him to be bigger and play better.
Yeah. And it was nice to see Drake London also out there, 5 for 74. No touchdowns yet, but good to see Drake London. Aaron, what was the play of the game?
You're going to play it, right, when I say it?
Yep.
Okay. Play of the game is Jarvis Landry. I thought this was the biggest play of the game. I know Michael Thomas got the 2 touchdowns, but Saints, 46 seconds left. Jameis goes to Jarvis. Not known for a jump ball guy, but he catches the ball on the sideline. And then you just see him like, I didn't know where Jameis was throwing it. I'm like, that's Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry went up and got it, and he's known for having some of the best hands in football. If you look at him, he goes, gets it, and then he gets up, and I'm not sure what happened after this or if anybody saw that, but they spiked the ball, got called for intentional grounding. It was really weird because they called him down out of bounds. The clock had already stopped. So they called basically intentional grounding. But they were able to get in field goal range, and Will Lutz knocked it through, and the Saints pull out the win. So Jarvis Landry gets the play of the game for the biggest catch, I thought, in the moments that needed the most. And Michael Thomas, player of the game, and the Saints win.
There you go. The Saints will host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next week, and the Falcons will travel to Los Angeles to take on the Rams to begin a 2 straight weeks of West Coast games for the Falcons.